I know here we're looking at that. We're always evaluating, how to raise somebody's consciousness, but it's different for every practice on how you want to apply that with patients. So how are you looking at Dr. Hawkins' work and kind of, again, how you see the world, how you perceive, and raising your consciousness from fear, guilt, upwards towards a healing one? How are you applying that?
Well, I think it first starts with education and really understanding work like Dr. David Hawkins' work, where he was able to demonstrate the effects on the human body and the human biofield from having thoughts or engaging in practices that generate different emotional states. And as I wrote in the book, and he wrote throughout all of his work, there are vibrational states that are beneficial for the body and those that are detrimental. And then there are emotions that have a particular calibration, and those below 200 are weakening and those above 200 are strengthening. So I've just been talking to my patients about this for quite a long time. And then when COVID hit, and it was just like fear porn, like nonstop, 24/7 on the media, I was just trying to urge people to just disengage from that. Like, you're buying into it if you're you just get addicted to it, and it's going to really weaken you.
Yeah. And, I think that was the big thing over the last 2 years. A lot of people you saw that were in those lower states that were brought down because of everything started to suffer. And it's true. It's almost like Dr. Hawkins' work was the verified, right? As people started getting into this, these feelings of fear, of, sadness and everything, isolation led to that. They start to suffer, not just, in mentally, which we like to detach from medicine, but actually physically, the number of people, I don't know if we saw it go through the roof.
It was incredible. And what was interesting was the dichotomy. Like, I could, in a day, maybe talk with like 10, 14 people. And, some would be like, how are things? Awesome. Like, I'm just enjoying this so much. I've been spending more time with my family. I've been out in nature. I've been like, I love not having to commute, and I'm doing all these things. I've been reading, I've been studying, I've been doing, and I have patients who are like, I've got a meditation practice down now. And now I'm exercising every day because I'm not commuting, blah, blah, blah. And then I would have people that would just be diametrically opposed. I mean, they would just be so afraid, the health suffering. It was so clear what was going on.
Yeah.
If I could have taken the fear out of people, I would have. And I literally tried in the beginning. I was writing all these letters to my patients of like, don't buy into this, da, da, da. And I realized I couldn't counter the barrage of propaganda that everyone was exposed to. And there was just nothing I could do. I mean, occasionally I would reach somebody, but it was just.
No, we saw the same thing. And you're right. It's so powerful. People were transformed within a short amount of time by the amount of fear that they had instilled in them. And, people that were healthy suddenly became ill just because of that. And again, all that was really information. Even what a virus is information, if you want to break it down, sort of. And that's, again, why you get the computer viruses, that analogy to it all. But the information was being corrupted, and people quickly changed because of that. So when you
notice that a lot of people got dementia in 2 years, they actually developed dementia.
Yeah.
It was striking.
The neurological impact of something like that, and almost always, sympathetic state overactivated, the adrenal fatigue, everything. There's a cascade of events that started with one trigger of fear.